You're about to hear some timeless wisdom. It is about the nature of joy and sorrow. Afterwards, we'll discuss the teaching we can derive from this passage and how to apply the wisdom to our own lives. Your joy is your sorrow unmasked, and the self-same well from which your laughter rises was oftentimes filled with your tears. And how else can it be? The deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. Is not the cup that holds your wine the very cup that was burned in the potter's oven? And is not the lute that soothes your spirit the very wood that was hollowed with knives? When you are joyous, look deep into your heart, and you shall find it is only that which has given you sorrow that is giving you joy. When you are sorrowful, look again in your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your delight. Some of you say, joy is greater than sorrow, and others say, nay, sorrow is the greater. But I say unto you, they are inseparable, together they come. And when one sits alone with you at your board, remember that the other is asleep upon your bed. Verily, you are suspended like scales between your sorrow and your joy. Only when you are empty are you at standstill and balanced. When the treasure keeper lifts you to weigh his gold and his silver, needs must your joy or your sorrow rise or fall. In this passage, Kahlil Gibran is sharing a deep truth about human emotions, that joy and sorrow aren't opposites, but rather two sides of the same coin. He begins with a powerful statement: your joy is just your sorrow unmasked, meaning they come from the same place inside you. He is telling us that the same heart that feels great happiness also feels deep sadness. He uses profound metaphors to explain this connection. For example, a wine cup had to be forged in fire to become beautiful and useful. A lute, a musical instrument, had to be carved out and hollowed to make beautiful music. In both cases, something had to be hurt to become more beautiful. His central message is deeply personal. When you feel joy, look carefully, and you'll realize it comes from something that also brought you sorrow. For example, love brings both the joy of connection and the pain of vulnerability. Achievement brings both the pride of success and the struggle of effort. Family brings both the warmth of belonging and the weight of responsibility. He challenges those who try to rank joy above sorrow, or vice versa, saying they're missing the point. These emotions are inseparable companions. When one is present, the other is nearby, just sleeping. The scales metaphor at the end is particularly powerful. We're all balanced between joy and sorrow, and it's only when we're empty of both that we're completely still. This suggests that feeling both emotions deeply is part of being fully alive. The moral is deeply profound. Don't try to pursue joy while avoiding sorrow, or fear that sorrow means you've lost joy. They are natural partners in a full life, each making the other more meaningful. Just as a cup must be empty to be filled, our capacity for joy is carved out by our experiences of sorrow. This is a message of acceptance of the full range of human emotion, suggesting that a rich life isn't about maximizing joy and happiness and minimizing grief and sadness, but about understanding how they work together to create meaning. Looking at life in this way can be transformative, helping us to navigate despair, sorrow, catastrophe, and situations which might otherwise feel almost impossible to overcome. Has this perspective helped you? Please press the like button and follow or subscribe for more timeless wisdom.